Before we begin, I want to give this disclaimer. This is not a first reaction playthrough of Inscryption because I am already aware of all the major plot points and twists this game has to offer. Instead, this video is a voice-acted playthrough of Act 1 of Inscryption. I will be playing through this first act and providing my own amateur voice acting talents to add the kind of atmosphere I personally love about this part of the game. The reason I'm playing and recording this way is I simply love the spooky Game Master feel of this section, and since I'm a longtime Dungeon Master and Game Master myself, who has run dozens of tabletop RPG campaigns, I thought it would be fun to provide my own interpretation of the various voices and moments and characters of this act. So, for whatever it's worth, enjoy. Another challenger. It has been ages. Perhaps you have forgotten how this game is played. Allow me to remind you. Play the squirrel card. Now play your stoat. Stoats cost 1 blood. Sacrifices must be made. An honorable death. Play the stoat. Wolves require 2 sacrifices. You don't have enough. Ring the bell to end your turn. And commence combat. Your stoat stands unopposed. The number on the bottom left is its attack power, 1. Your stoat dealt me 1 damage. I added it to the scale. You win if you tip my side all the way down. Like this. My turn. Your stoat stands in the way of my coyote. My coyote dealt 2 damage to your stoat. That means your stoat's health is 2 less. If a creature's health reaches 0, it dies. It's your turn again. You may draw from your deck, or you may draw a squirrel. How dull. You know you can play more than 1 card per turn, right? Because you are learning, I will pass. Again, the choice. A random card from your deck, or the certainty of a squirrel. The wolf demands 2 sacrifices. Four damage dealt, 4 weights on the scale. You've won this match. They won't all be so easy. Let me recall your story. Oh, yes. You were lost deep in the forest. A single path revealed itself. Two denizens of the forest approached you tentatively. The caustic adder, damage from its poison bite is always lethal. The undying cat, sacrificing the poor beast, does not kill it. Only one may grace your paltry deck. Another creature joins your caravan. Some of the creatures of the forest seemed willing to follow you. You come across an abandoned sack. You found a squirrel in a bottle. Break in case of emergency. And have a second. Another useful implement. I'll allow you to tip the scales with it. 3 is as much as you can carry. You were ambushed while crossing some rough terrain. You didn't sacrifice me. How kind. Maybe you'll help me? Take your turn. Play along for now. You may now see my moves is ahead of me, ahead of time. Here we go. Mine, the ambitious wolf cub. It ages swiftly. The airborne bat flies over creatures to attack directly. The river snapper demands 2 sacrifices. Its suffering was real, but you will see it again. You prevailed, and trekked onwards past the now bloodied terrain. The young wolf cub, it grows into a wolf after a single turn. The meek sparrow, an inexpensive if feeble flying creature. You stumbled into some strange stones in the mist. You were compelled to choose a worthy sacrifice, one that will be lost forever. Behold the rulebook. You looked upon your menagerie and selected a healthy host. Pick me. What an honor. A ghastly spectacle, but the soul of the cat now lives in the stoat. Behold my totem. It inscribes my canine cards with the airborne sigil. He's completely insane. You see that, right? No care for the rules. Pathetic, really. Enough. Only keeps me around to watch me suffer. Back on the board. My totem has granted my coyote the power of flight. You're 3 damage away from winning. Impressive. You may yet survive this ordeal. Knock on wood. The conniving raven, a blight upon the skies. The reviled skunk, its stench reduces the strength of the enemy. You've lost. Using this as a learning opportunity may be the only way to mitigate my disappointment. Get up. Get up from the table. Fetch me the candlestick from atop the barrel beside the door. Bring it here. Now sit back down. Let me explain something to you. That was one of the 2 mistakes you can make here. If you make another, I must sacrifice you. Now, where were we? The proud wolf, a vicious contender. The ornery porcupine, sharp quills await those who dare attack it. You came across a small group of survivors. Faces shrunken from starvation, they huddled around a campfire. They looked upon your group of creatures and beckoned. "Come, warm one of your creatures by the fire," one said. "Warm it by the fire, that will enhance its power," said another. You noticed one of the survivors wiping drool from their mouth. The fire warmed the poor stoat, enhancing its power. One of the survivors reached toward it. Another gnashed their teeth. Without a word, you pulled the stoat away from the fire and left. The trees seemed to close in around you as a chill mist descended. In the distance, you could hear the clinking of metal on stone. A hobbled figure stood in your path. "Yee-haw! 'Twas the prospector!" He's doing the prospector again? Easy, boss. The mule's key. This spot? You sure? Dang nabbit, my mule! I hope you didn't think it would be that easy. There's gold in them cards. Gold! I've struck gold! Get 'em! More gold for me! You aren't dead yet. This isn't purgatory. Though you may think of it that way. Before you expire, I must ask you a favor. I would like a memento. Your very own death card. It's quite plain at the moment, isn't it? We will work together to amend that. I want this to be the perfect memento of you. Here are some cards from your mediocre deck. We can put them to good use. Please choose a card to draw the cost from. A cost of 2 blood from the wolf. And another. This time I will use its power and health, the numbers. 3 power and 2 health from the wolf. Now choose a card from which we will extract the sigils. A sigil of many lives from the cat. I never did ask your name. There is now but one final matter. The portrait. Are you ready? You do not need to smile. Here we go again. Another challenger. Perhaps it is time. Perhaps you can understand bones. The resourceful opossum costs 2 bones. You gain a bone when one of your creatures dies for any reason. From the death of your creature, you've gained a bone. You will not lose this until it is spent, or the battle ends. Was I asleep again? How brutal of you. You dealt me more damage than you needed to win. However, in my game, such feats are rewarded. To be precise, a tooth to keep for each extra damage dealt. The trapper may be interested in your spoils. Oh. I forgot your figurine. Get up and fetch it for me. It's beside the safe. Let us continue. The meager coyote. But what did you expect for only 4 bones? The nefarious rattler, a brittle creature, once past its monstrous fangs. The unkillable cockroach, it returns to your hand after dying. You know, you're free to get up again, to keep your blood flowing. I am no tyrant. You may stand whenever the map is unrolled. It allows me time to plan your next encounter, but do keep your hands off my possessions. Oh, hello. I wasn't sure if I would ever escape that iron crypt. Is the stoat around? The stunted wolf? This madness must end. Put that away. I forgot that I had put that there. Very well. You may add it to your deck, and I'll deal you one every so often. Formidable creatures, those ants. Very well. I will add them to your deck and make them available for future challengers. Curious. A powerful item. Turn this and I'll skip my next turn. A rock may get you out of a hard place. A gust from this may lift your creatures into the air, if only for a turn. Choose one. Feeling overburdened enough with the full 3 items you carried on. You again? Indeed. Our friend here freed me. Well, I basically told them how to do it. You got a plan? We have another friend here. You've got to be... I wouldn't call him a friend, but I suppose we are in deep this time. Okay. Back in the game. The fervid mantis. Its prying claws strike both the left and right. The choice is yours. I'll go. Marvelous. Hello. Without having met her, this wood carving is meaningless. In time you will understand its power. You were stopped along the way by a trapper looking to liquidate his pelts. There was something uncanny about his appearance, but you were quickly distracted by his wares. Care to look at me pelts? Take a pelt, free of charge. See the quality? You're leaving already? Please consider me pelts. Thanks for your business. The man assured you of the value of the pelts. They appear to be useless in a fight, but he mentioned that the trader further down the path would reward you for them. A group of starving survivors stood around a dying campfire. There is room for a creature around the fire, one said. The warmth will enhance its power, said another. One of the survivors said nothing at all, but could not stop licking their lips. No way. Oh. The power of the mantis was enhanced by the warmth. As one of the survivors began pulling a knife from their pocket, you withdrew. Did I neglect to mention overkill damage? Excess damage is not wasted. It carries over to the card behind the mangled corpse of the victim. Lucky for you. How disappointing. You encountered a small outpost in the woods, tended by a mysterious woman. It was the trader that the old trapper had mentioned. Her appearance was unsettling, but you were mollified by her offerings. Do you mind if I examine those pelts of yours? Let's start with your hair pelts. Here's what I can offer. I can trade you any of these. Take your time. Oh, wolf pelts too. Exquisite. These pelts are most excellent. My thanks. Am I your choice? It's me. The choice is yours. Hello. Your choice. The choice is yours. Hello. It's me. Marvelous. Yeah? Alright. The incessant clank, clank, clanking reverberated between your ears. The path ahead was blocked by a grotesque figure. 'Twas the prospector! Yee-haw! Dang nabbit! There's gold in them cards! What was that? Gold! I've struck gold! Allow me to light your candles once more. I won't be killing you quite yet. You're the first in a while to overcome a boss. As reward, you are granted an opportunity to select a rare card. Choose carefully. The uninspiring Gek. Perhaps you can find a use for it? The prudent pack rat. Never doubt the utility of a well-stocked pack. Poor abandoned child. It does not die when sacrificed, but do you have the heart to try? With sound of the prospector's pickaxe still ringing in your ears, you carried onwards. The rank smell of rot and mold permeated the humid air. Every step forward was answered by some nearby slip or slither. You tread cautiously into the wetlands. You arrived at the inky black mouth of a cave. A strange beast lurked within. It spoke, "Pass one of my trials, and I will be yours," in a raspy voice. 3 creatures will be drawn from your deck. They will decide your success or failure. It spoke again, "But first, you will choose a trial." The trial of blood. The 3 drawn cards must cost at least 4 blood combined to pass. The trial of health. The 3 drawn cards must have at least 6 health combined to pass. The trial of wisdom. The 3 drawn cards must have at least 3 sigils among them to pass. Let the trial of wisdom begin. 1 from the bullfrog, 2 from the mantis, 0 from the wolf. You have passed the trial. The beast revealed itself. It was the inhabited sparrow joined your menagerie. There's a way out for both of us. It's somewhere in this foul cabin. Be silent or I will tear you to shreds. Total misplay. Ah. A well-earned point of damage. I didn't think you would really do it. You finally pried my special dagger from the paws of that squirrel, though you may wish you hadn't. I've the most exquisite pelts. The first one's free. Much appreciated. The warm light of a campfire was a welcome sight, though the 10 hungry eyes around it dampened the greeting. Warm a creature by the fire, enhance its power, said one. Pick something else. Do what you must. The survivors were right about the flames. They had enhanced the creature's power. Spotting a few of the survivors drooling, you made a hasty retreat with your mantis. Fine. Ow. The nascent fawn. It quickly grows into an elk. The tragic Rat King. When their tangled bodies become corpses, you will gain 4 bones. The stalwart snapper, a near impenetrable defense. Warm a creature by the fire, enhance its power, said a hungry survivor. Stop this. The fire warmed the weary stoat and enhanced its power. You suspected the intentions of the survivors were less than pure. With your stoat in tow, you retreated into the woods. My boss battles are high-stakes tests of your aptitude. With one flame, you will either overcome them or die. Fear not. I will let you keep the smoke. A foul smell invaded your nostrils and caused your throat to seize. A hulking man sat by a brackish pond with his feet submerged in the dark water. He pulled a hook from a pile of rotting fish and rose to his feet. I am the angler. Go fish. Keep me alive. Which fish? Hard choose. Fresher fish, easy choose. Go fish. Let me relight your candles. Very well. You may choose a rare card. This level of brutish strength needs no explanation. The eternal serpent, death strengthens it forever. You considered one of the angler's catches as a meal, but the rank odor deterred you. Dinner would have to wait. Let me see. A frigid gust of wind billowed, unwelcome, into your lungs. The beauty of the falling snow failed to distract you from the chill in your bones. You had ascended to the snow line. The regal moose, the creatures of the wild, make way for it. The apotheosized goat, the truest offering, sacrificing it grants 3 blood. You came across some familiar stones, but there was something different. You intuited that the fate of the creature selected for this would not be pleasant. Nope. Choose wisely. You callously slaughtered the wolf. However, the Bone Lord was pleased by your sacrifice. A minor boon of the Bone Lord, You will start each battle with one extra bone. You shook off the viscera of the poor wolf and carried onwards. It's me. You sure? Show me some exquisite pelts. Hair pelts. You have my gratitude. That pitiful opossum. If you deem it necessary, you may cut up one of my cards with these. Power numbers. The Ant's Creed. Me pelts are clean. Have one. Thanks for your patronage. Some bone tokens for a rainy night. The monstrous grizzly. Its form speaks enough of its efficiency. The flighty elk. It moves after attacking. A man stood before you, a man you recognized immediately. It was the trapper. You reached out to examine his wares, but he stopped you. Sorry, but today you will supply the pelts. Bad play. So many bones. You are lacking sacrifices. Your wolf pelt can't be sacked. You will make an exquisite pelt. Stay there. No need to move. I am afraid you are not dead yet. Hold still. Where did I put that camera of mine? Do you have any idea what that camera is capable of? Give me that. We have a memento to create. Behold your death card. Shall we begin to ink it? Please choose a card to draw the cost from. A cost of free from the rabbit pelt. And another, this time I'll use its power and health, the numbers. Zero power and 1 health from the hand tentacle. Now choose a card from which we will extract the sigils. A sigil of bifurcated strike and a sigil of unkillable from the mantis. I never did ask your name. One thing now remains. I must capture your visage. Say cheese. Not much for trading, that last one. Are you prepared to make the right deals? A gift from the angler. You see, he was defeated recently, and wishes to redeem himself. It would be unfortunate if you were to fall to the prospector before he was given that chance. His hook is powerful. You may steal one of my cards with it. For that reason, you will not find any others along the path. Use it wisely. It seems the lowly stink bug has made its way in. But it is dealt, so it stands. No, you may not choose a specific beast. Instead, you must now decide on a tribe that you prefer. A randomly chosen insect card. Did you wish for something else? An ancient woman emerged from behind an oak tree. She carefully laid out intricate wood carvings, then gestured at them brusquely. Choose! The old woman bared her teeth in satisfaction. Your first totem was complete. The sharp quill sigil will now be marked upon all your squirrel creatures. Lucky draw. Yep. The bones of the ancient woman creaked and groaned as she approached. With gently shaking hands, she placed her offerings before you. The old woman collected her pieces and shuffled off into the darkness. So strange. Why can't I remember his name? I believe I lost some of my memory in the flash. Good play. Ah, that diligent ant. Its strength is proportionate to the size of its colony. The adept kingfisher, a slippery hunter. The crackling fire lit the starving faces of a group of survivors. "We have not food," one said. "But perhaps one of your creatures will join us, enhance its power," said another. The survivors were right about the flames. They had enhanced the creature's power. Spotting a few of the survivors drooling, you made a hasty retreat with your mantis. Shall we? Darkness, take me. The inviolable beehive. When it is attacked, you will draw a bee. The amount of items you can carry is 3, and you have 3. Instead, perhaps you'll accept this gift from my friend? The prudent pack rat. Never doubt the utility of a well-stocked pack. A chill mist closed in around you. You were not alone. A figure emerged from the fog. "Stand in the way of me gold? Be darned!" my mule and her pack. There's gold in them cards. Gold! I've struck gold! Prospector boss, again. Get him! Need a light. Your reward. After the harrowing encounter with the prospector, you gathered yourself and continued onwards. Let me think. The air grew thick with moisture. The buzzing and chirping of insects drowned out the sound of your footfalls. You beheld the wetlands. The inevitable maggot. They will lurch forth from your hand when your creatures are killed. Oh no. You can't use that. Greetings. I am serious. You cannot use that. There is no possible use for it. I'll place it on that shelf over there for now. My advice? Avoid it. Cracking. Death again. actually not sure what that is. Salutations. Look, there's a third talking card somewhere around here. Personally, I hate the guy. Biggest killjoy ever. But he's the only one of us with a plan to get things back to normal. Keep me alive. Masterful. Ow. The underappreciated ringworm. Its value is not readily apparent. Keep me alive. Wow, seriously? The trial of power. The 3 drawn cards must have at least 4 attack power combined to pass. The trial of blood. The 3 drawn cards must cost at least 4 blood combined to pass. The trial of wisdom. The 3 drawn cards must have at least 3 sigils among them to pass. Let the trial of wisdom begin. 1 from the Ouroboros, 1 from the pack rat, 2 from the mantis. You have passed. The mud tugged hard at your feet, forcing you to slow your pace. A rank odor caused your stomach to churn and your eyes to water. It was the rotting fish that hung from the branches around you. A huge man approached. Go fish. Shiny. Go fish. The angler. Mind his hook. Play a squirrel or something when he aims it. That will protect your best cards. Go fish. Your lives are restored. Choose carefully. Canine, hooved, reptilian, feathered, insectoid. The amalgam is all. Moving past the pond, you took a deep breath of fresh air and continued on. Oh yes, I know. The relief of the fresh air quickly gave way to a bone-shaking chill. You guessed at the path ahead as the snow increasingly obscured it. you had climbed to the snow line. The tenacious skink, it moves over when attacked, leaving its tail behind. The pernicious vulture, a tyrant of the skies. Its bleeding yields 3 blood, if you could ignore the bleating. Good play. It's hard to call it cowardly. Death again. Your pack was full, but a small critter approached. A pack rat, always useful. Believe it or not, you're not the first to lose an eye here. This isn't much fun if you're half blind. Perhaps you'd like to replace it? Better? Regardless, the choice is final. Take the film roll, before he sees it. Now! What are you doing over there? Turn to face me. What are you up to over there? The trial of kin. 2 of the 3 drawn cards must be kin to pass. The trial of health. The 3 drawn cards must have at least 6 health combined to pass. The trial of bones. The 3 drawn cards must cost at least 5 bones combined to pass. Let the trial of kin begin. Skink, pack rat, and mantis. Failure, the creature whispered as it faded into the blackness. You found yourself among a grove of thick and pungent mushrooms. You squinted to see a figure through a thick cloud of spores. We are the mycologists, yes? Yes. And we are performing our experiments far from... We are not welcome elsewhere. We will experiment upon your flock, yes? We will need 2 of the same creatures. 1 for each of us. I think this could get messy. Look away. The pack rat. It is now 1. I ought to thank you. How has it been? It has been quite bad. I am trapped in the body of a stoat, in the paper of a card. I see that. And I have, of course, set up a way to reset once more. Go on. Our player friend here. They already hold the key. Here we are. Okay. Oh, come on. I hoped for more. The sadistic pronghorn will be to those that meet the end of its antlers. Warm a creature by the fire, enhance its power, said a hungry survivor. The power of the mantis was enhanced by the warmth. As one of the survivors began pulling a knife from their pocket, you withdrew. You took in the familiar sights and scents of the trapper's pelts, but something was different. The once friendly man now beheld you with a steely gaze. I'm afraid I must be getting you today. Me again. Back on the board. Enough. Exquisite pelts, but the cycle must continue. Let's trade. Powerful cards. I will accept only the finest pelts for them. Trade for what you can, but know this. The rest will stay and fight for me. I would have chosen differently. You will not perish quite yet. Perhaps one of these will entice you? The amorphous amoeba, its sigils are ever-changing. A largely unimpressive specimen. With the enigmatic trapper and trader now bleeding into the snow, you persisted. You could see a light in the distance. The end is near. We will need another map. The trader's post was left abandoned. As a sign of respect for the strange woman, you took only what you could afford. Your eyes affixed themselves on the small cabin. Its warm light, a beacon in the oppressive darkness of the night. Surely this cabin marked the end of your travails. Steps away from the strange cabin, you were presented with an opportunity. I don't offer my boons to just any traveler. If you are able to pass my trials, you will be rewarded mightily. The Trial of Skins. The 3 drawn cards must include a pelt card. The Trial of the Winged. The 3 drawn cards must include a card with the airborne sigil. The Trial of the Swift. The 3 drawn cards must include a card with the sprinter sigil. Let the Trial of Skins begin. I wish you well. Not a single pelt card. Failure. We will repeat that once more. The Trial of the Ring. If you have a ring, you pass automatically. The Trial of the Thinned. The 3 drawn cards must include a card with the waterborne sigil. The Trial of Rarity. The 3 drawn cards must include a rare card. Let the Trial of the Ring begin. Ah, a ring. Success. I will grant you one of my most powerful boons. Cards that dramatically alter the game, and you don't even need to draw them. The boon of Goat's Blood. You start a battle with a black goat on the board. The boon of the Ambidextrous. You may draw twice at the beginning of your turn. The boon of the Magpie's Eye. When you draw from your deck, you may choose any card in your deck to draw. You managed to get a boon. This may be a fair competition. You took your time out there, and I'm itching for another game. Are you ready to play? I hope you are adequately prepared. Perhaps one more to be safe. So you found the stunted wolf. I have seen this play out enough times to know that a plan is in motion. Make haste. Shall we? You capably endured the onslaught of rare creatures, but the true challenge was forthcoming. Shadowy figures appeared before you. In their eyes glimmered a recognition of kinship, but colored by guilt. They were betraying you. I remember that one fondly. This darned moon. It's dramatic, yes, but it provides no value to my board. I wonder... Now that is value. You've really destroyed the moon. I suppose all that's left is to finish me off. Go on.
Oh my, I think I just made him. Oh.
I do not celebrate often, and I seldom give gifts. But you, challenger, you are worthy. Please, do not be polite. Dig in. Is there something wrong? Your prize awaits. Very well. Come with me. Stand right there. Who gave you that? You absolute ingrate! Give it back!